Some trophies mean more than others. This one is a great case in point, and today, two talented women will continue their quest for it. 6th-ranked Vivian Villarreal, the Texas Tornado, former Player of the Year and national champion. 54th-ranked Pamela Treadway, already assured of her highest finish ever on tour. An intriguing matchup on the game's biggest stage. It's time to chase a U.S. Open title. From the spectacular Sandia Resort and Casino in Albuquerque, New Mexico, it's quarterfinal action at the QTR's U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship presented by the American Pool Players Association. Hello everybody, welcome inside the Sandia Resort and Casino in wonderful Albuquerque, the land of enchantment, and it is definitely that. Mitch Lawrence and the striking Viking Ava Mataya Lawrence, two-time U.S. Open champion. Ava Mataya Lawrence, you know what it means to win this title. Vivian Villarreal, former Player of the Year, national champion. This is one that's eluded her. She will face number 54-ranked Pamela Treadway, a surprise entrant into the quarterfinal action here. This is going to be one interesting matchup, I think.
Oh, there's no question about it. It'll be interesting to see how Pamela Treadway handles the kind of pressure that you are under the television lights, knowing that people out there are watching, not just a few hundred people that are here during the event. I think she should be okay. She's really confident. She's a strong player. She knows her limitations. She knows her strength. I think she'll be all right. And Vivian wants this so badly. She wants this title.
So as we get ready for what will surely be a fascinating matchup, let us look at our Ozone Billiards Road to the Finals. Ozone Billiards, your online source for billiard supplies. Allison Fisher has already moved on, a victory over Helena Kornfeld. She will meet the winner of this quarterfinal matchup. Our other four players, Monica Webb, Julie Kelly, Kim Shaw, and Karen Kaur. The weight now down to 7 out of the 64 that started this week in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And there is Pamela Treadway. And what a big moment for her, Ava. Really, really talented up-and-coming player. We'll get into her story as we move along. She won the lag and has the first break here in this quarterfinal. Hear the sound of a ball going.
Perfect break at that. Look at that. Ball makes on the break. Cue ball almost headed for the side pocket, but instead she has a straight-in shot at the one. One ball you have right here. Look at this. Very conveniently, the 2 is there. Balls are wide open.
5 went on the break. You'll see a little bit different style of moving around the table. Vivian Villarreal, very quick, very purposeful moving, fast, likes to get around it. Pamela Treadway will, by virtue of the fact that she is a little bigger than normal, probably move a little bit slower. But you see there, already looking very focused, Ava.
She, you know, she's here to play. This is not a timid 19-year-old that you see out there. I mean, she is here to make a mark. She really has a long, beautiful stroke. You can see she's got the classic pool player stroke. Long backstroke, long follow-through, long bridge usually. Here she's a little impeded by the ball right behind her there, so she had a little shorter backstroke.
As she gets ready for the 4-ball, we'll give you the rules of the game. It's a race to 7, alternating break, 30-second shot clock with an extension in each rack, and cue ball fouls only. I'll tell you about this fantastic equipment in a few moments. And I personally will be looking to see how Pamela takes advantage of what is seemingly a very calm nature. She seems to be very focused when she's playing, but she told me that she's usually very cocky, very confident of ability after a very short time of playing, Ava. And what a fantastic move this would be if she can break and run on Vivian in rack number 1.
Well, it surely sends a message to Vivian, doesn't it? That, you know, Vivian better pay attention to the lag a little bit more next time. Oh, this is trouble right here. This could be if it doesn't keep going. Oh, she came out smelling like a rose.
All right. Sneaks it behind. 2 balls left here in the first rack.
Balls are this close. You want to take an extra look. It's hard to judge where to hit the ball when the cue ball is that close to the object ball. Made a really good shot. Got a little too far, though. She has another tester here to finish this rack.
You can see the angle there from above. How about it?
Look out for the cue ball. Where's it heading? Oh.
She's going to be okay. Welcome to the world of Pamela Treadway. You want to make a statement, as Ava said, do it by breaking and running in the first rack, leading by 1. I guarantee you that you're about to get your first good look at someone you haven't seen before, and I can say that with certainty because for the first time in her very young and promising pool career, you're going to get a chance to say hello to Pamela Treadway from Wilmington, Delaware, ranked 54th in this event coming into the week, losing your first match pretty badly, a lopsided score. You decide that you're feeling like, well, maybe this isn't going to be my week. You change your plans, and here you are in the quarterfinals playing Vivian Villarreal with a chance to move into the semifinals of the U.S. Open. Pretty amazing. How you feeling?
I feel good. I'm just really happy to be here, pretty much. It's a little more than what I expected. It's a little overwhelming, but I'm just going to do my best.
You're 19 years old. You're pregnant, 7 months pregnant. Not normally what most 19-year-old, 7-month pregnant women are doing, playing for one of the biggest titles in the land. This has to just be an amazing experience, if nothing else.
Yeah, it's a little tough. It's tiring. Yesterday was really tough for me because I had to play, I think, 4 matches. It was just tiring, but I made it through, and it was exciting. And beating Kelly Fisher, she's a good friend of mine, was a major accomplishment for me.
Well, we're thrilled you're here. Good luck.
Thank you.
The QTech Q's U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship is brought to you by Brunswick Billiards. Since 1845, the standard of superior craftsmanship preferred by experts around the world. By QTech Q's, serious cues for serious players. And by Sandia Resort and Casino, close to home, far from ordinary. Inside the beautiful Sandia Resort and Casino in Albuquerque, New Mexico, quarterfinal action. The QTech Q's U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship. Mitch Lawrence and the striking Viking Ava Mattia Lawrence. Pamela Treadway of Wilmington, Delaware with a 1-0 lead over the Texas Tornado, Vivian Villarreal. Very used to seeing Vivian. Watch the cue ball traveling toward that pocket. Vivian, very vocal as always, will yell at the ball.
I think she willed that cue ball to stop there. Well, she does have a shot at the 1 you can see right here, and it looks like the 2 could go in this pocket. If she can get the cue ball up in anywhere in this area, it does look like she could slice that 2 ball in past the 6.
Great place to rest your arms, isn't it, Ava?
That's very convenient.
There's the 1.
She got kind of in between playing it in either corner, but she's all right. She should be able to cut it back in the right-hand corner. You want to play a safety. Depends how you feel. You know, only she can tell if she's got just enough to be able to. Yeah, safety, smart move. Hope. Bad save. Smart move, bad save.
As Vivian walks back and Pamela walks up, we'll give you this beautiful playing equipment. Brunswick Billiards Tournament Edition Metro Table. None better. Centennial balls. Big break rack, also by Brunswick. Simonis 860 cloth on that Metro table. We thank them for their participation, and this is a true U.S. Open test, this Metro edition. Let's see what Pamela can do with this.
She wanted to draw the cue ball there. One round, get behind the 6. Get a little help from somewhere from that 4 ball, and 4 ball landed very conveniently between the cue ball and the 2. So if Vivian can hit this 2, it's only a sliver of it. Oh, ooh. She can make it. Wow. I'm telling you, that was surprising to me. That certainly looked like she got lucky and snookered her, and she could see just enough of it to make it.
And that was vintage Vivian, though.
It was.
Tough shot. You just get up, a couple of practice strokes, and boom. And when I mentioned about this being a true U.S. Open test, I'm not kidding. These pockets are tight, and you better make the shots the way you're supposed to make them, or you'll pay for it. So any long shot like that where you got to fire it in, even a short shot. We've seen a lot of balls missed on short,
can't stand it. I need music.
Shots.
I need something.
You need She'll start humming in here in a little bit. And
something. I guess I got to keep talking.
Whistling and singing and talking, yeah.
You know, these two, in a very short time, Pamela's only 19, but they have a history already, and it's been an interesting one. Pamela Treadway at the Midwest Classic, the last event on tour, took out Vivian 9-8 in a fantastic match. So Vivian's very familiar with Pamela's game, Ava, and knows she better pay attention.
Yeah, and it's kind of rude, you know? I mean, she's 19 years old. She's supposed to show her some respect.
Well,
Vivian's a veteran.
We'll get into that in just a moment when Pamela's back at the table. We'll catch up on Pamela Treadway's history on tour.
Straight in. Breaking straight in.
Well, she is straight in. She would have wanted a little bit of an angle. Now it's a touchy little shot to draw it back. Just, you know, anywhere from 6 inches to a foot. If she had a little bit of an angle, it's a lot easier to judge it and to slide it over than it is to draw it straight back.
Extension.
She takes her extension. You know, Ava, this is kind of interesting. Vivian was kidding around about it, how quiet it is and how she has to keep talking. But really, when you think about it, she is always listening to music in headphones. You play during the lead up to this TV match. Very loud music playing while everybody's playing. And now it is very quiet. She was kind of making a joke about it, but I wonder how much of an impact it has.
It's true, and not only that, but Vivian, you know, she goes to the pool room, plays a lot in Austin, Texas, and when she's San Antonio, Texas, and when she's playing, the music's blasting there too. When she's home, I know Vivian, she's got the music on going. So, you know, especially if you're losing, the TV matches are very quiet, very quiet.
And this has been a terrific answer by Vivian Villarreal to the opening little number that Pamela Treadway put on her. Right back at you with a break and run, and the tornado is twirling. We're tied here in Albuquerque. Here at the QTEQ's U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship, Pam Treadway, someone you might not have seen that much, but this is definitely a face that you have seen for quite a while now. Vivian Villarreal, the Texas Tornado. I am always amazed at the consistency of your play over the number of years that you've been here. You told me before there's one title pretty much in all of them that has eluded you. This is it. How big would it be for you to win this one?
Well, it would be great just to win. I mean, I've been stuck on second and third, and you know, I'm blessed. You know, I've been playing well. And like I told you earlier, you know, if I win this tournament, you know, I knocked out Jeanette, knocked out Guy Young, knocked out Gerda, you know, I'd rather play the top players, you know. And we were laughing because I told my dad, I said, I don't think this is the first time somebody's pregnant that's really on TV. He goes, remember, you're playing for 2. You're playing against 2 people. I was like, dang, I am. But no, I would be very, very happy because this is the only title that I haven't won.
Well, we're always thrilled to see you here. Always a pleasure. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're watching the QTR U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship. Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action. As we get ready for rack number 5 here in a race to 7 quarterfinal action at the QTR U.S. Open, Vivian Villarreal leading by 2 at 3-1 in a race to 7 to move into the semifinals. Here's how she picked up the last rack. Pamela Treadway, a good hit on the 6, but keep your eye on that cue ball. Dead center, side pocket, ball in hand for the Texas Tornado, which she gratefully accepted, took care of the rest. 3-1 now here at the Sandia Resort and Casino. We'll get a look at a tournament edition Metro table by Brunswick, and it is the focal point of what is about to be the culmination of a terrific week here in Albuquerque. Always is for the U.S. Open. Winner of this match will meet Allison Fisher, waiting in semifinal action. Watch out for the side pocket.
All right, a little unfortunate there. The speed she's hitting it with, the one ball doesn't have a chance to get back off that end rail. So that's going to happen a lot when you hit a solid but not too powerful of a break. So she's going to have to start off with the safety, which is never what you want to do. The bank is blocked, so Vivian's going to have to play a safety back. And trust me, Vivian always looks for the offensive shot if she can find one.
And you can see Pamela sitting behind her, a little bit of body language there saying, I mean, it's got to be a little frustrating. You're down 3-1. You want a chance at the table, and the break didn't give it to you.
Well, she's going to have one here. I think that's a big point to make, too. She started off like gangbusters. She won the lag, broke and ran out, and then made a couple of errors, and that's gotten to her. You got to be able to just shake that off quickly and step back up to the plate. And here's her chance. That's good. Get back up and refocus.
Just a hair off. You got a good look at it, but that's certainly enough. 3 rolls into the 8. And I'm going to wonder, as time goes on in this match, one thing Pamela mentioned to me talking to her before was that fatigue is an issue.
I don't like this.
She gets tired because obviously carrying around some extra weight on the baby, and just focus-wise, I'm wondering how much that's going to start to play a part in
I'm
this.
floored. She got, you know, that she did so well. She played 4 matches in a row yesterday. Oh, that was unintentional. She didn't want to make that. She played 4 matches and played phenomenal pool against some of the best players in the sport. And I mean, I played all day yesterday too, and I was exhausted. I couldn't hardly get out of bed this morning, and she's pregnant. Well, that's right, she's 19.
She's 19, I was going to say. I didn't want to say it. You brought it up first, and that's fine.
Appreciate it.
So bad. It's actually trying to bank it.
And it is very quiet in here right now. Normally Vivian's been the one talking. She's quieting down a little bit, and I think we're settling into quarterfinal action. You keep reminding yourself, this is the U.S. Open. All of it's pretty important.
I think this is one of those shots where normally she knows she can reach this. She's just having a little problem getting to it because she's right in the corner here. And going to the left hand, that shows a player that plays a lot. When you have enough time on your hands to play well left-handed. Oh, not well enough. Maybe a bridge next time.
So both players unable to gain any control here in rack number 5.
And this is far from over. You can see most of the balls are wide open. This one ball is the key, though. Nobody has managed to obviously make it or play a good enough safety.
Finally made it.
Oh, it's gone. Good shot. That's such a Vivian shot. But again, this is no gimme on the 2. You see how close the 2 balls are together, so it's really hard to judge exactly where to hit it when you hit that ball, because when you go down to shoot it, you don't see that spot. You have to trust it. Cue ball is literally in the way for you to see where you need to strike the ball. And she has a severe angle.
Extension.
They're all key in a race to 7, but this one's an interesting rack because if Vivian can put this one up, it gives her a 3-rack lead and intense pressure on Pamela Treadway. And if not, Pamela can get back within 1. And that's back-to-back Vivian Villarreal shots as far as I'm concerned.
That's a beauty, but you know what? It's still not over.
No
Look
bargain.
at this. She has.
Too soft or
She
too
can't
hard?
make it. Yeah, she came out right in between.
Either too soft or too hard.
She makes it now in the corner. The cue ball automatically scratches. I don't think there's any way at all to keep it out. And it looks like it's too thin of a hit to be able to make it in the side.
God.
She's going to have to play it safe. Just bank this across. And that's not what you wanted to have happen there. All right, you can feel a little bit of tension here. Both players are having a hard time loosening up. And Pamela really needs to, you were right, she really needs this rack badly.
Well, the first 2 racks went so quickly with break and runs.
Yeah, it looked
Both
like it
of
was
those
going to be a
racks,
16-minute match.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the momentum has changed for sure.
That was good, but now what? This is
We've been saying that this
not an
whole
easy
rack.
shot. Yeah. Well, both players are looking right now, especially Pamela, like she is playing one ball at a time. And when you do that, you make that big shot, but then you're faced with this. So you gain, it's a good thing to make the ball, obviously, but what did you gain long term? With a bridge, thin cut. Oh, decided to play safe. Good idea. Good idea. Not a great safety. Vivian can see this and fire it in.
Very important for Vivian Villarreal to move on. This tournament extremely important to her. One of the few she has not won in a long and illustrious career. Close, but Pamela at the table now.
Well, let's see if she can refocus here, forgive herself for past mistakes. Nice little touch there. And these kind of runouts are the ones that look so easy. The 3 balls on the table, they're wide open, but if you don't pay attention here and get on the correct side of the next ball, you're going to have a tough way to get around. It was a smart move. Tendency is to want to play that 7 in the side pocket too because of where it's located, but she played the smart shot. Just take the straight in shot in the corner here and draw the cue ball back for the 9. I like the way she plays. I like her. She's got some, you know, she's hitting the balls with authority like she really belongs here. I really like her style.
So Pamela Treadway, born in Monroe, Michigan, now living in Wilmington, Delaware, and making Delaware proud, falls within a rack.
Villarreal now leads 3 games to 2 and has the break. Game 6. It is a race to 7.
You know, it could be that the WPBA Classic Tour might be a dangerous place to be right now. Jennifer Beretta, they're clearly in the way, as is Pamela Treadway. Melissa Herndon sitting next to her, just kind of gently looking on, taking care of her friend Jennifer. And both of them, Jennifer and Pamela, that is. Melissa Herndon plays great pool all the time, but the 2 pregnant women on tour right now in full view there. And Jennifer standing up. It's been interesting to talk to both of them, Ava, about the effect that it's had on their play.
Oh.
And one of the things that they both mentioned, which I thought was an interesting thing, was they said it's tough to maintain the killer instinct out there.
No question. I've been there and had the same experience, and I completely see that what they mean and understand their point. It's there's a softness that come over you being pregnant. And it worked against Jennifer at this tournament. She had a really hard time focusing, did not play well at all. And then you look at Pamela, who, you know, all of a sudden is finding herself in the quarterfinals of the U.S. Open. So obviously it works for her. She may stay pregnant for a while. I don't know. All right. Good break by Vivian, but even though the one ball conveniently landed right in front of the side pocket, she's got a lot of balls in the way, a lot of traffic in the way, and she really has nowhere to push to. She's going to try to go rail first. And she really had to not only go rail first, but also massé around those balls a little bit to be able to get deep enough to hit it, and left an open shot for Pamela.
You know, if you're Vivian, you really do have to be kind of careful, because the tendency is to take for granted the fact that you're an experienced champion player, former player of the year, national champion, and that you're playing against somebody who's a little inexperienced, first time on TV. But Pamela Treadway really believes in her heart that she can play, even though she hasn't been playing that long. She's beaten some of the biggest names in the game.
There's no question, and I mean, she's going to be making mistakes like this. The question is how you handle it. I mean, there was no reason for her not to be right here with the cue ball on that particular shot. And all of a sudden, she's faced with being snookered and having to kick. Oh, and she did so pretty well. That worked out. She came out smelling like a rose like on that, didn't she? But you know, when you're in this situation, and again, I've been there where Vivian kind of feels like this is Pamela Treadway. She's 19 years old and she's pregnant. She's supposed to let me win this. You know what I mean? I'm Vivian and I'm hungry to win. So you really have to not get too comfortable right there.
Good play.
Fantastic hit. Not a bad turnout. And the crowd is loving this. I mean, you got crowd favorite Vivian Texas Tornado on one side, and then you've got pretty 19-year-old pregnant girl on the other side. It's tough to know who to root for.
Ken?
Extension.
Yes.
Well, dream situation would be here to hit the left side of the two ball and bring that cue ball right behind the pink 4. Not enough spin on it. She gonna get away with it anyway? Yeah.
God, I can't even play safe.
Well, then there's only one thing to do, and that's to go for it. Normally, you don't want to go for a shot like this on the 2, but if she can't play safe, you might as well go for the shot.
I couldn't even play safe.
Okay, Vivian will let you know what's going on. Pamela, with a chance now, be very big if she can even this match up.
Well, that body language of Vivian, that is so uncharacteristic for her to slouch down in the chair like that, shaking her head. That's so unusual to see her in that state of mind.
And early in, you know, in a match.
Oh, wow, what a shot. What a shot. And look at the speed, the touch that she had to get in between the 9 and the 4 right there to hold the cue ball for a shot at the 3.
You know, I mentioned that Pamela had beaten Vivian at the Midwest Classic this year, and what it does is it really sets a tone. This is somebody who is unafraid, knows she can play, and knows not only that she can play, but that she can beat Vivian.
Right, exactly.
And I think there's a big difference between just being content to be in there with somebody and having already sent them home.
That's true, and we see so many players coming up through the WPBA qualifying system. Oh, wow. Well, I think she got away with it, Mitch. Look at this.
Wow.
Snookered her. But we see so many players, young players coming through the WPBA qualifying system that is all throughout the United States and Canada, and a lot of them play phenomenal pool, but they can't win. They get to a certain point against the top player and kind of sort of know their place and back off at that particular situation, the most crucial part of the match. And Pamela has surprised me quite a bit. Ga-Yeon Kim is somebody else that came as a young kid coming up and just, you know, with that real confidence and playing top speed
Showed no respect, as you said.
Yeah. And it's not even a show no respect.
No,
it's even beyond that. It's showing due respect. Fine. I know you're a great player, but so am I. And Pamela's got what it takes. Well, not on that particular shot. That was almost a beginner scratch right there for her to scratch on the side. I'm a little surprised. You see it here. This is an automatic scratch. You got to put a little bit of draw or a little bit of stun shot on this to avoid it. I know she was worried about hitting in that 9-ball down at the other side, but no excuse to scratch on a shot like that.
No, and one thing you can't do is keep making mistakes, because against somebody like Vivian, you will pay.
What should I do?
Boy, we've heard that a few times in this rack.
Extension.
Well, because this would be no problem if that 9-ball wasn't there, but it's blocking the left corner pocket, so she needs to slam this a little bit to come up for the 8.
Rack 6 about to go to the tornado. There it is. Back up by a couple of racks. Vivian Villarreal not quite as animated, but she will definitely take it.
She now leads 4 games to 2, race 7, break of 2.
We've had a wonderful week, as always, at the marvelous Sandia Resort and Casino in Albuquerque. Fantastic gaming and entertainment, world-class golf, and a stunning new hotel and spa all make Sandia Resort and Casino far from ordinary. As Steve Tipton gets ready, it gives us a chance to take a look at 2 of the great official products here on tour, the Big Break Rack and Centennial Balls, both from Brunswick Billiards. Inside the Sandia Resort and Casino, this is where the action is, no question about it. The Tournament Edition Metro Table by Brunswick. It's been nothing but perfect. Pamela Treadway, big rack for her, rack number 7. Mitch Lawrence and the Striking Viking, Ava Mattia Lawrence here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, the land of enchantment. And it has been an enchanted week for Pamela Treadway so far. We'd like nothing more than to keep it going.
She really wanted a shot here, but she keeps doing the same thing over and over. She hits that kind of medium stroke break. It works for her. She's made a ball or 2 on every break. But look at this. Every time she does that, the 1 ball doesn't have enough power to come off that end rail. And by not drawing the cue ball up there a little bit, she's not going to get a shot on the 1. So she constantly has to play a safety, and there's not a lot to hide behind here. The only ball there for her to hide behind is the 7. And anytime there's only 1 ball to hide behind, it's trouble. This is what Vivian was hoping for, an open shot. She's got a shot at the 1 in the side, and with the 2 ball being right there, all she has to do is make the 1. She's got a bank, or she can cut it in the side either way. Well, hey, 9 ball, you don't have to call it, you just have to make it. And
I usually don't miss those.
All right, now this is one of those racks where it's Vivian's to lose. Not very often with almost all the balls left on the table when you're on the 2 ball that you can say that, but everything is lying right where you need it to. Her key shot here, because the 3 balls hanging in the corner pocket, obviously making the 3 is not the problem, but people don't get enough credit to how difficult it is to play position off a ball that's hanging in the pocket. She's going to try to draw this back to the 5, and did so really well. I mean, obviously she wanted to be dead straight in so she could just follow down for the 6, but with this angle, no problem. She can draw it back in, back out again for the 6.
Oh, yeah. Just a hair more.
You know, we were talking about how important family was to Pamela and starting out with her dad Tom playing, and I'm thinking about Vivian growing up, starting to play in her grandmother Molly's lounge on a coin-op table, one table in that room, and how far she has come.
Pretty incredible. Such a legend in the game of women's billiards.
Shots like that, too.
And she keeps feeling like she's a little bit off, and because this tournament edition Metro table has the smaller pockets, they're set up perfectly for this U.S. Open. They're tight. You got to hit it. They're about a ½ an inch smaller than what players or normal professional tables, what we're used to. So being out of line a little bit will punish you more, because you don't want to have to slam balls into the pockets if you can help it. Because if you do, there's no such thing as give in that pocket. You know, you really, and even trying to hit pocket speed is not going to help you. You really have to hit a pure shot into the pocket for it to go.
God almighty.
Well, if she's straight, she's in a little bit of a funny spot here, Mitch.
God,
because she will be drawing it back right towards the 9.
I got straight in.
You know, she's going to be coming right back here. That means that she would have to stop it right here to get perfect position, and that is almost impossible to judge. So if she is straight in, she almost has to hit it hard enough to draw into the 9.
I was going to say, and then you're not sure what's going to happen from there.
And normally you can cheat the pocket a little bit, change that angle.
Hit it!
There you go. Let's bounce it off.
And it did, but
that way.
Too full.
Yep.
Can I get the bridge?
Whew.
Why don't you tell Allie to come and shoot this for me?
Referring to Allison Fisher, who comes from the background of snooker and very proficient with the bridge, obviously, because of that. All right, we'll see what Vivian does with this. I know she's not a huge fan of the bridge nor combinations, but I think she's gotten better at it over the years. She complains about it, but no, she can handle it.
And a huge 9-ball for Vivian Villarreal. It gives her a 3-rack lead, trying to get to 7 and move into the semifinals.
I didn't need her after all, but thanks for the offer.
Let's take a look at another of our top finishers, brought to you by the American Pool Players Association. Jennifer Chen, the China Doll from Chinese Taipei, a great event at the U.S. Open, ranked 19th in the world, finishing 9th in Albuquerque. The Sandia Resort and Casino in Albuquerque, New Mexico, at the foot of the Sandia Peak. And if you have not come to this part of the country, get here. That's all I can say. So beautiful. So much history and tradition. And you mentioned those words. We're talking about major titles. The QTR's U.S. Open 9-ball championship. So much tradition there. Vivian Villarreal with a 3-rack lead at 5-2. over Pamela Treadway.
Get a shot after the break, I swear.
Yeah, both players are really struggling with getting that shot. And Vivian hit those hard enough for the one to come off that back rail, but the angle she has, and now with the 3-ball possibly blocking that pocket too, that's a tough way to go. So again, we've had a lot of saves right off the bat so far in this match. You know, you're talking about how beautiful it is here. Not only that, but what incredible hosts they have been to this U.S. Open for the last few years. It's been, I mean, it's been one of my favorite tournaments to come to. It's absolutely beautiful here, and you see the mountains in the background. The weather is always spectacular, it seems like. So
and you know what?
Great.
Those of you at home that think that Ava and I are just kind of talking nicely about a host because they're putting us up. I mean, it really is truly magnificent. Takes your breath away, and so many players have said the same thing. Can't wait to get back here. And Pamela Treadway trying to stay alive right now. That was
it's a good shot. It was a really good shot, and she was rewarded.
Good shot, good shot.
Not a super safety, but just enough. It looks like not to give Vivian a shot. I don't think she. No, she might be able to make it in the side. Yeah, she can. Kind of got tricked there by that angle. Not only could she make it in the side, but built-in position on the 2 being right there. Entertainment by Vivian.
We haven't heard Vivian whistle, though, in about 4 or 5 racks, so now she's feeling a little more comfortable.
She's got a 3-game lead now. Right. That usually helps.
She did it at the beginning. I'm not kidding. She did it at the beginning of the match, feeling pretty good. Then it got tight.
Missed it.
And she's whistling.
And she's got different songs. If she's losing or in trouble, it's a completely different tune she whistles. So you can usually tell in your match when you're playing her, oh, I got her now, or oh, I'm in trouble. She missed that
Talking herself, but
horribly.
look where she left Pamela.
Yeah. Yeah, she really, really got lucky there. Not only did the 2 end up on the end rail, but Pamela Snooker, she's going to have to go side rail, try to kick it. She wants a full hit here, so the cue ball stays there, and the 2 goes up past that 9. Pretty much like that. She just hit it a little firm. A little help from that 5-ball. But you know what? I think Vivian can hit it. And if for some reason she can't, yeah, she can definitely hit the 2. Very unfortunate. Twice in a row now that Pamela hit really good kicks and left wide open shots for Vivian. Twice in the same rack. Vivian keeps cooperating a little bit with Pamela here.
Exactly what she's doing. Forgot to draw my ball.
A little too much center and not enough draw. And again, a couple of chances here. She's had to good chances, especially here, to run the table, and she keeps having to make 1 ball and play safe. That was a good shot. You know, Vivian's really grown in that sense. Obviously, she's played a long time and she's a veteran, but, you know, when she first came on the scene, or I first came on the scene, when I started playing, it was kind of well known. I mean, Vivian made anything she shot at, but get her in a safety game and she's done. I mean, that was kind of, you know, Laura John Jones, Robin Dodson, Mary Keniston, and I, and some of the other professionals, Vicky Paskey, we would all go fearful playing Vivian because she's such an amazing shot maker, but her safety game was weak. She's really worked on that. She's become a much more strong player. Great shot by Pamela. Strong player than she was. And that, like we spoke of earlier, is one of the things that Pamela has to work on a little bit more, is the seasoning of playing the correct shot and playing the sneaky little safeties. Right, she's on the wrong side of the 5 here, Mitch, but she can still go just straight across and back for the 6 ball. Shouldn't be a problem.
Pamela has already assured herself of her best finish in a very short career. But this guaranteed at least 5th place finish, getting to the quarterfinals. Has finished 7th at another major this year, the EnjoyPool.com 9-ball championship in Las Vegas, where she lost to the eventual champion Jasmine Ocean. And to get there, won a qualifier in the Northeast Women's Tour. over very difficult competition. This is somebody who is focused on gaining experience, playing in qualifiers. She said she and her fiance, Josh Brothers, who is to her everything, as that cue ball drifts a little further than I think she wanted. But she kept talking about Josh and how all they have done is play and work hard. And what a team effort it is. I know he's proud, as everybody in her family is. Let's see if she can get back to within 2 racks.
No.
And that's a tough one right there. That is a tough one right there.
That's a big miss. 5-3 potential. She knows it. Unbelievable. It looked like she said there, and you know that hurts. She needed to get a little lucky there to leave a tough shot for Vivian. It's not a hanger by any means. It looks like it right there, but when you see how deep you can see it, she really has to slice it. You can't just tap this in. And having to hit so little of the ball when the cue ball's that far away is not an easy thing to do. So Pamela still has a little bit of hope here. But again, if I had to have somebody shoot this for me, it'd be Vivian. As good a shot maker she is.
Yep, that was a little kick off the rail she needed. And she will make Pamela pay if she can. Now on the hill, 1 rack away from moving on. The QTech Q's U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship is brought to you by the American Pool Players Association, the world's largest pool league, by Brunswick Billiards, since 1845, the standard of superior craftsmanship preferred by experts around the world, and by QTech Q's, serious cues for serious players. Vivian Villarreal at the table at 6-2, 1 rack away from moving on into the semifinals against Allison Fisher. And ball in hand there. Shot clock violation by Pamela Treadway gave it to her. And 4 balls left now for the Texas Tornado.
Well, Vivian came off a little bit shorter than she wanted. She wanted to be almost straight in on the 6 would have been fine with just a little bit of an angle now. She's still fine. Hit this with a little right spin. I thought she was going to whip it around, but she's in good shape. Good shape, beauty of this. You make this, hold the cue ball right there, 8 in the side, 9 ball, very available over in the corner here, and all you got to do is keep your head cool here, knowing that if she makes these 3 balls, Vivian is going to move on to
the on me. As soon as I shot
semifinals, and then she does that. She didn't really hit that with any kind of authority. I know she she had to hit it softly, but there was still no authority in the shot, which resulted, the cue ball ended up on the rail too. So even if she would have made it, that wasn't the shot she was going for. Pamela's in good shape here. She is on the wrong side of the 8, but she's okay. Actually, she's on the right side, just a little too much of it. But she can just make this 8, tap it in. The cue ball's going to go down table and back towards the 9. It's all about holding it the speed, not too hard. Pretty much like that.
Nice.
Now, ho.
Holy cow. And that is a great example of the speed right there. Wow.
It almost looked like the ball decided to pick up speed. But it did look like she hit it a little firm when she hit it. But then once it hit the rail, it looked like it was going to be okay. And now she's faced with this shot. And she has no choice. But she's going to be more than likely, she's going to be forced to leave Vivian a bank shot. She wanted that to go about another 4 or 5 inches to take away the almost straight inside side pocket bank here. Vivian is so good at these. She is so good at those.
And that one, if you're going to end the match on a positive, authoritative note, that is how you do it. The Texas Tornado, specialty bank shot to close it out over Pamela Treadway. Vivian Villarreal will move on. Now it's time for our QTech super shot of the match. There were a number of good ones along the way, but this one, as I said, if you're going to end a match on a high note and move into the semifinals, this is the way you do it. Rack 9 up 6-2, left with that bank, classic, Vivian Villarreal. Vivian takes care of the Cinderella story of Pamela Treadway this week in Albuquerque. We wish Pamela luck, and we know we will be seeing her again. Vivian, as you can tell by our updated road to the final, now moves on and meets Allison Fisher in one semifinal matchup. More great matches to come here at the U.S. Open from Albuquerque. We're glad you've been with us. For the Striking Viking, Ava Mattia Lawrence, I'm Mitch Lawrence. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. So long, everybody, from New Mexico.